Welcome back to the Kazakhstan news show at 6. I hope it's 6 somewhere. We are here with weightlifting, powerlifting, athletics, combat sports, all those relevant and interesting news that happened in the last 7 days. Thank you to everyone who tagged us in the news show recently. We are massively appreciative. We always see some very, very interesting things, so please keep tagging us as it means a lot to us. We're very appreciative of that.
To be honest, you always find cooler stuff than we do as well.
A lot of times you find stuff as cool, if not cooler.
Yeah.
Now, first up, speaking of cool shit, we've got Rodalegas with 175 kilo snatch on a Lego platform.
This is just fast all the way through it.
Yeah.
No matter how you go about it, this is just insanely fast snatching.
Yeah, it's almost like he cut his extension short when he's doing this lift.
Yeah.
But of course he couldn't because short is relative and he made the lift. So it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, some people have like a fast second pull, or their pull under might be really fast, or this is just everything's fast.
What I don't like about this is how he loaded 175. No one actually loads 175 like that in real life. No one does that. The only people who do that are CrossFitters who train with an Alico competition set and they're trying to squat 175. That's how they load it.
Yes.
But everybody else doesn't load it like that. There's just no way. I just can't understand the weightlifters who do that. That's just so complete and utter disregard for 175. That's the only way I can process that, I think.
Yeah.
He must just not care about 175 at all.
It certainly does. It's emotionally not correct.
No, it's it almost ruins the lift for me, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. Now, I love the whole surroundings. I love like the grassy outside visible through the big windows. I love the cobblestone splitting apart on the floor. Mm-hmm. Everything about it is nice for me.
The platform is really interesting. So they have those platforms a lot in the South American camps you see in some of the gyms where they are on this kind of play block locked together style of platforms. Now, normally when you lift on that kind of rubber, what's happening is it kind of sinks a little bit underfoot, which we know is not good for force transfer, and it catches with a lot of friction with your feet, but it doesn't seem to hold them back in any fashion. And it looks like a very slick rubber.
Yeah, definitely. The way those plates are bouncing on it, it looks hard.
Mm-hmm. I see 2 layers of it.
Yeah. But no, that nice little training veranda definitely looks class.
For smoking cigarettes in between sets. So next up, we've got Loredana with 105 kilo power snatch in this. That's kind of like Gabriel's old gym.
Yeah.
A lot of big lifts on that gym, I'd say.
I think that's the same gym where my favourite ever power clean video came out of.
The 190?
Yeah.
Jeez, that is up there with Ilias 200 kilo power clean in London.
Yeah. This is a classic case. Like the pull under in this is insanely fast.
I'm giving this to her. This is a power.
100%.
I'm calling this a power. Considering
100%.
how close to the world record this is,
Yeah.
I'm going to call that a power.
Yeah, no. And to be honest, if anyone in the comments feels like they can add into this and it's not Ilya or somebody who has at least a world record to their name, they don't deserve to be commenting on it.
I think the most important thing is what is the coach doing in the background. He's so nervous that he had to do something and he just ended up walking really far away.
I think he's just bending over looking at something on the ground.
What would it on the ground to be looking at?
I don't know, Garth.
He's obviously looking at the parallel angle and see if her hamstrings are going below parallel.
I don't think so.
What else? Of course he's looking at
I think
that.
He's looking at something over there and then he's like, oh shit, the lift just happened.
No, he's not. No, he's looking straight at the camera. You can see his face. He's reacting with the lift, 100%. This is the optimal coaching angle. You learn this in your level 3 Romanian weightlifting certificate, that is how you view hang power snatches that are 90% of the world record. Everybody knows that.
It's Loredana's in some shape for lifting weight.
So one of the comments is the maroon outfit is very powerful, and I will say you've got to be in great shape to wear a matching maroon outfit.
Yeah.
Like that is such a statement. If you're in great shape, it makes the outfit look phenomenal. You know, if you're a horse, a maroon matching outfit, everything looks great.
I'll go so far as to say any matching outfit.
Yeah.
If you're not in great shape, you shouldn't be wearing it.
Like she could pull off a matching luminous green outfit.
Yes.
That's how good a shape she's in. That like 10 to 12% visible abs, very good shape. Hang power snatch, 90% of the world record kind of shape. You can make most outfits look good.
Yeah.
Next up, we have got on the other end of the spectrum of outfits, but on the same spectrum of incredible lifting, we've got Adil Atali from Kazakhstan, a 96 kilo lifter with a 181 block snatch from danger blocks.
the same set of danger blocks we saw not but a week ago.
Those poor 15s are getting a hard life as well.
Jesus, they don't even get to go on the barbell.
No, they don't.
The other 15s, when they get slid back into the rack, are like,
Yeah.
geez, we were there for 190 today.
We need a sausage party, but for plates. So, on a Dilly story, he talked about something in Kazakh, and then it was 200, and I assume he's going for 200. And looking at this 181, he makes me think he could do 200, because that's just casual.
Yeah. It's the very top of this is for me just so nice. It's so vertical. Like just after he makes contact, it's a gorgeous high block snatch.
Yeah, when we know the Kazakhs love block snatches, is one of their main staples for assistance work, because they're all into speed, high velocity, high power in their programming, and that's how they try and program around it, from what we've seen from some of the papers from them.
In pretty much all of our programs, we don't really use block stuff. We were talking about this earlier, and I was saying this block snatch is so nice that it makes you feel like you should get people to use blocks for training, but you really shouldn't.
Only if I had someone going to the Olympics and they had to train 15 times a week, and then I'd give them some block snatches.
Yeah.
If they were like, okay, we need to get up above the world record just to see how it feels.
If they were doing multiple 2-a-day sessions, and then they had to get a few 3-a-day sessions in, yeah.
Next, we've got Sang Ilham. So Sang is a Korean super heavy. Here he is pressing 155 kilos.
There's no shakiness, no looseness, no wobbliness.
We see the Koreans strict pressing a lot, right? And I'll tell you why that is. Because the Koreans used to be able to do split jerks. They just used to be able to jerk. They were all terrible at jerks. A couple of years ago, about a decade ago, Koreans routinely missed split jerks. They were always missing them left, right and centre. It was like a team curse.
So is that the reason we now have Lee Sang, who'll do front rack or front squat plus jerk plus push press plus jerk
Thruster.
and then thruster from the front, then thruster from the back, and then finish off with some decline bench press?
I think that's why.
That's why.
They've gone after it hard. They all seem to be very good at strict pressing. Like, you don't get the 155 by accident.
Jesus, no.
Now, I just want to say, I wasn't rooting for that curse. I just want you to say, I'm not.
You weren't?
No.
You weren't behind it?
No, I love the Korean team. I love their style of lifting.
So the rumour of you being the gypsy who put it on them is not true.
So Sang Ilham, is you did notice from the 155, is very strong. Here's a 350 squat from a few weeks ago. Now, it's so heavy that it can be included in a recent news show because it's 350. Not wearing a belt.
This is what you'd call a casual 350 kilo squat.
It kind of looks like it's in someone's living room.
You know, he starts that squat by raising his toes up off the floor and kind of just sitting down into it. Like this looks like, oh, it's the third time I've done this month.
He's wearing those like knee warmers, not even knee sleeves. And if you watch before he squats as well, he shifts back to his heels, like he kind of shifts onto them. I don't like that, but it's 350, so I can't say shit. Look at it.
It's a lovely squat, yeah.
Look,
come up off the ground.
See that?
Yeah.
He took driving through the heels very seriously.
It's insane.
I think Mark Ripto's coaching him.
That amount of plates on the barbell just looks wrong.
It looks wrong to load 350 like that, yeah. I do like those plates, though.
I know, but if you're loading 350, it should just be 350 of metal plates. That just looks wrong. There's too many plates there.
Weightlifters aren't allowed squat with metal
I
plates.
know, but...
Next up, we've got Adrian Zielinski. So Adrian tested positive in 2016. So I didn't have this information before. I'm not just singling out Adrian. But he tested positive in 2016 after Polish Nationals for Nandrolone, which is weird that he tested positive at Polish Nationals. By the way, as well, just there's some recent rumours of another news show taking shots. And all we can say to that is that the Brits are at it again. Were the Brits at it again?
So yesterday we thought the Brits hadn't been at it again in a while.
Yeah.
But we checked and they were at it again.
Did our research and once again the Brits were at it. So we got Adrian Zielinski here with a behind the neck push press into strict press. You're like, oh, that's cool. But then it's also at 140 fucking kilos.
It is insanity.
They're so clean, the reps as well. Let's just go straight to that 140 and just look at it. The push press is so easy. That's actually annoying how easy the push press is.
But even the strict press, like at this, the last third of that locket is insanity.
What I really like about this is he doesn't even count the push press as a rep. It's only the strict press that is reps. Yeah. It's like by three. And the absolute absent-minded loading is, I love that as well.
I assume he's doing the push press from behind the neck, so he does, like, it's a bit of reflex in the bottom.
It looks like he's two different plates. He has two different plates.
Oh my God, what a psychopath.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
That may as well be 170 kilos.
I don't want to talk about that anymore, but the first auxiliary movement so as not to start from scratch. So myself and Tara had an argument about this, and we were wondering, does this mean this is our prep for a training block, which it could be because it's a very general exercise, and is he coming back to weightlifting, or
what I thought was first auxiliary movement so as not to start from scratch meant the first auxiliary movement was a push press behind the neck, and then he's not starting from that kind of static start on his shoulders.
He is so strong.
Because it is Instagram translation, and Instagram translation is wrong a lot.
Both of those would make sense if you're looking at the general vibe of the sentence.
Yeah.
Now, next up, we've got Solfred from Norway doing a clean pull, clean jerk complex with 140, and it is so smooth. So we just need to restart this again because we just missed it. So clean pull, or clean deadlift, I should say. And then the cleans are so repeatable, so consistent. It's so easy as well at 140. Incredible weight to be doing any kind of with 140, but to be doing a complex like this. There's
a few noteworthy things here. The weight has to be talked about.
Yeah.
140 kilos is absolutely insane. Like this is a very nice complex in terms of it's a long complex. There's a lot of work to do in it. Also, the technical aspect, like Owen was talking about, is really good, and we'll talk about it in a sec. But just the weight, to be doing this with 140 kilos is insane.
It's the repeatability of this as well. And there's other lifts with this where she does her warm-ups and they all look the same.
Yeah. I think a lot of the time when you have these longer complexes, when people go from the first clean to the second clean, you'll see them like really over pulling it, really throwing their head back at the top, like delaying that extension and really reefing on the bar to try and get the bar up. These cleans, you could mirror them over each other and they'd be the exact same.
Yep, they all look the same. Holding the hook grip, really upright position. Jerks are nice and consistent. I think she's coached, or she has been helped by Zygmunt before, so you may remember him, the Polish former Olympian who went and helped Team USA over 10 years ago or more. And I don't know if she's still coached by him, but she certainly was up until very recently. So I'd wonder if she is still getting coached by him now. I'd be quite interested to see.
Yeah, it's a very, very good use of that whip in the female bar as well. Like nice, short, aggressive dip and drive for the jerk.
Obviously, Solfred is incredibly strong squatters. I think we've seen her squat at least 220. So phenomenal lifting.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Artem Antropov section of the new show, which includes Artem Antropov snatching 170.
And we have to comment on the grip width again.
Yeah, we do. I think it could be the hands. Maybe that's the limiting factor at heavier weights.
It would make sense because his grip being that wide would definitely sacrifice your ability to grip the bar. And if you did have weaker hands or smaller hands or an issue with gripping the barbell, it would definitely make sense he's able to do this with 170 with straps and maybe not able to do it without straps.
He actually hyperextends his elbows a little bit just before contact, which is interesting. He's a very aggressive contact. It's and the overhead is so strange. The bar is so close to the top of his head.
I feel like you could barely slide a book in between his head and the barbell.
It's the conundrum of Artem's snatch continues, and hopefully I want to see him snatch 185 or something real soon.
Yeah.
And so does Ilya apparently. So Ilya commented saying, "This can't be happening. Can't believe my eyes. Cat tired. Finally, hooray team Rivet. Well done. Another 7 to 10 kilo and it will be enough to win." I feel like this is Ilya throwing shots where he's like so brave. It's just so I love your confidence. That 170 snatch is so cute. I remember when I was 15 doing that.
Yeah, it's great to see you're started again.
Yeah, it's lovely to see you're making some progress lately.
It's also hilarious where Ilya is just saying another 7 to 10 kilos on a 170 kilo snatch. But that's all you need.
But looking at this, you're like, yeah, he could snatch 180.
I
want Artem to snatch something big so bad.
Absolutely.
I want them to win something.
Yeah.
I want them to be winning things. Now, on that realm of Artem Antropov section of the new show, we've part 2 of Artem Antropov section of the new show, and we have him doing 220 kilo clean and jerk, and this time he said not always easy, which suggests that he knows sometimes he makes it easy.
Yes, but this also didn't look incredibly difficult, to be fair. That jerk is just so good.
Yeah. He's clean for me. When it's good, it's good. When it's good, it's great.
Yes, yeah. But that jerk, like the disadvantage he has with the super wide grip in the snatch is an advantage in the jerk.
I want to just go real quick to my favorite 220 kilo clean and jerk ever, and it's this one from Worlds. And I just want to watch this again now that we're on the Archer Antropov section and see how easy that is.
Oh my God.
That gives me a tingle in my kind of butt cheeks.
Oh my God.
Like it just makes,
That jerk.
gives me a fuzzy feeling inside.
Oh my God.
Do you know when you go over a bridge in a car and you get like
Yeah.
that kind of whooshing feeling in your tummy? That's what I'm getting from this.
This jerk is insane.
How has he not done 230 or 40? You know, that's the question. But when you front squat 281, you're just going to make things look like this.
Look like you're standing up out of a chair.
Now, on the rounds of great jerk technique and great clean and jerk technique, we have Nico Mueller, who is competing a lot at the Bundesliga, and they seem to do some frequent competitions when the season gets going. Now, Nico is what I would consider a great example of the consistency and the repeatability and the power of the German technical model.
I call him a technician.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a technician of the clean and jerk. He works for Snatching Industries.
There's some weightlifters are horses,
Mm-hmm.
some weightlifters are athletes,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's some are technicians.
Nico's a technician.
He is a technician.
I wouldn't call Nico a horse,
No.
but I would consider Nico an absolute technician.
Yeah.
All his lifts look like this. Even when he misses, they look like this.
I'm not even sure how someone brings their elbows up that quick on the turnaround for the clean.
He also jerks with a false grip, which is so interesting.
Yeah.
I love Nico's lifting because it just exemplifies what all the great German lifters do, and you see him like great back position, tasteful dynamic starts, and really powerful jerks that look like jerks only from people who take a lot of gear.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're
No,
taking a lot of gear.
It looks like a Russian jerk.
It does look like
It
a
looks
Russian.
like the jerk where your push press is 10 kilos below your jerk and your strict press is 20 kilos below that.
Yeah.
And you've been on gear since you're 12.
Yeah, and I don't think, I
Yeah.
just don't think he is. I love the pull under in the clean, a real, just enough, a little dabbling of contact in the clean, but not a huge amount. They're worrying more about pulling under and turning the barbell over faster than making a lot of contact.
I'd call his clean considerate.
Now, next, we've got Anthony, the Australian Yeti, deadlifting 405 kilos in a nightclub, potentially a rave dungeon somewhere, for what I can imagine is just a halftime show between the DJ acts. But
Garth, what are your feelings on the rave competition settings?
look, I don't love it, but I do love is Anthony's deadlift,
Yeah.
the Australian Yeti.
The deadlift is lovely.
He's a horse.
I really don't like the loud music at competitions, but the deadlift is insane.
I don't want steam. I don't want dry ice.
No.
I don't want purple lights.
I definitely don't want strobe lights.
I don't want loud music either.
No.
I just want a little bit of like,
And just a bit of like quietness.
yeah, I need to concentrate on my deadlift, please.
Yeah. But this is insane.
No, great techers.
Yeah.
Very consistent, lovely positions.
Particularly with his upper back. Like there's no like...
Double overhand as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is legitimately incredibly strong.
This is my last big pull until Pro Raw.
Oh.
So it's interesting that there's so many good competitions for powerlifters to choose from now.
Yeah.
That
Big cash money prizes as well.
That wasn't the case a couple of years ago.
No.
It's
no,
great.
No, no.
I just wanted to include this 405 just to keep the train of big 400 plus kilo deadlifts running,
Yes.
sumo deadlift or conventional deadlifts running.
Yeah, also, that is just so much more impressive than a sumo.
Yeah, it is. You know what? You can say that.
Yeah.
It's your opinion there.
Yeah, it's my opinion and it's correct.
It's half of your news show, and you can say things like that if you
Yeah.
want. This week's news show is sponsored by the Sika Pull program, just in honor of keeping that 405 kilo plus deadlift series going. I just want to highlight the Sika Pull program. It is 2 sessions a week, 10 weeks, and we've had a lot of PPs. Thousands of lifters have run it. 2 sessions per week. It's in the link below. Next up, we've got Lugovoy. I'm not really sure what his full name is, to be honest, but I do know is these are some of the best 350 kilo squats you'll see in this powerlifting section today for a triple.
Second lot of 350 kilo squats we've seen today.
Almost upsetting how easy it is, I would say.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, he looks like he could do that for a set of 10, and I don't think that's an exaggeration.
No, I really think I could definitely see him doing it for 4 sets of 6.
Like, to stay away from the hyperbole, to keep the hyperbole out of this.
Yeah.
I think he could do a set of 10 with that.
Yeah.
Technically, it's beautiful. That's exactly what I want my low bars to look like.
Nice.
If I had a lifter who was that size and they were trying to squat 350, that's the technique I'd want them to be squatting with.
But it's the speed as well, like, or more importantly than the speed, the lack of slowing down is just crazy.
And obviously we're getting some kind of biomechanical stacking from the density of that beard.
Yes.
So he's obviously got such integration with that beard that he's got like actually a couple of mechanoreceptors in there, and he's getting some of that pneumatic pads. They're like pressures here, and he knows where everything is.
You know, where dogs have the whiskers on their face?
Yes.
And they don't put their head through things their body won't fit in.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what the beard is.
Has that ever been proven? Or is that just an old wives' tale?
No, but I did hear if you cut a dog's whiskers off, they'll fall over. Or they'll bang into things. Like.
Who'd be cutting dogs' whiskers off?
You don't know what goes on out there.
That's true. Next up, sticking with horses, we've got what I would say in Ireland, we would say Denise, but I don't know if that is Denise. That could be.
And we do tend to pronounce names very wrong.
Well, people pronounce Irish names wrong too.
Yeah.
But Mrs. Herber, powerlifter, she also did the Ghost Clash 2. She squatted 255 in reps, benched 130 for a long pause, and then conventional deadlifted 270 kilos. So let's just walk at the walked out 255 first, and then we will see the other lifts.
In terms of overall competition performance, this is insanely impressive.
Well, it's 11th of all time females throughout all of powerlifting.
Okay, yeah.
No matter the age, weight class. So it's you could say it's pretty high level.
I remember when Steffi Cohen was kind of coming on the scene first, and her powerlifting numbers were shooting up, and like she was like just when she started to peak off in terms of powerlifting numbers, those numbers I had not seen anything like it before.
Yes.
And now it just seems like every year, they're obviously not common still, but every year we seem to have a few lifters coming along who are doing those numbers or more.
The one thing about Steffi Cohen's lifting career ending was that we never really got a kind of a clear answer. Now I know you're not entitled to anything really, but as you do when you start watching people a lot, you're always just kind of wondering what's going on, And I'm sure we can make guesses, but we never really got she never really talked openly about why she kind of stopped powerlifting, or at least I don't think she did.
Yeah.
Anyway, on this 130 kilo bench press, the pause is so intense. This pause lasts so long.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, nearly 4 seconds of a pause.
Geez, that is crazy.
That is sick.
That's beyond any amount of kind of reasonable judging.
I would say it's like what a lot of these competitions want to do is to be super legit. So when you're doing those judging commands and stuff like this, you want to make sure that everyone is under no illusion that you're going by a really strict rule set. That you're not squatting really high or fast benches, pauses or anything, or hitching deadlifts and stuff. You want to make sure everything is very above board.
Because that's the thing. There are so many of like these kind of private competition setups now where you have like the carnival aspect, or where it's an entertaining part of maybe a fitness convention. Mm-hmm. Or are you going to be the actual world record competitions, or are you going to be the competition where people really get the best 3 lifters in the world compete against each other? Mm-hmm. And it's the difference between like the animal cage versus what this is, like very good lifters competing in an actual competition.
So we see 270 conventional looking very, very easy. Potentially another 5 kilos there, maybe.
Yeah.
Here's a random thing. Who owns Rain? I thought Haftor owns Rain, but Haftor doesn't own Rain at all. He's just sponsored by them as well. I thought he owned them, but
I don't know.
Juji sponsored by them as well.
I assume it's a big company like Pepsi.
I didn't think that. I completely misinterpreted, but now I don't know.
Everything you thought is no longer true.
I just don't know what's going on anymore.
Another crazy impressive thing just before we move on is every single one of those lifts was a PR.
Yes, yeah.
That is legit.
That's how you want your comps to be going.
Yeah.
Now this is fake.
This is the most...
This is the Kalen, an NFL player, jumping, which this has to be fake.
This is the most impressive thing in this week's news show. And to be honest, I think it's the most impressive thing we've had in the news show so far.
I just can't tell if this is some weird TikTok edit. I just don't understand. I'm just going to pause here at the apex of his jump. And so I know he's splitting his feet there, but like someone could walk under that there.
A not very small person could walk under that.
And like, are people allowed to jump that high? Is the simulation broken now? What's going on there?
There's something wrong with this.
Yeah, I think when they were coding for him, because we're all in a simulation, his is wrong.
That is insanity.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the weights and stuff, you're like, oh, those people are really big and really strong, and maybe they're on steroids. And maybe if I was as big as that and on steroids and I trained for a long time, I could be that strong. But you probably couldn't. But you can make that argument to you in yourself or in your head, right? No matter what you do, you will never do that.
Is that even useful anymore? That's so high that that's not even useful.
Oh, it's insanely useful in the NFL.
Is it though? Like, I mean, that's so tall. Like, that's still jumping so high that he's a danger to himself.
Can they even throw the ball that high?
Like, he might have to get some kind of pilot's license.
He's jumping higher than a lifted jumper in a rugby lineout would go.
He actually is.
You
Yeah,
know?
you're dead right.
Like in a rugby lineout, you'd lift usually on blocks that are on their quads, and if you're fully extended, maybe you're 8 feet up in the air from the quads. Like, he's easily that high off the ground.
Now, on the section of things that are just kind of not making sense, we have of our man Juji Mufu doing a weighted dip with 204 kilos extra. Juji Mufu's 295 pounds. He put kilos, but I assume he meant pounds. So he is 130 odd kilos. I don't know if this is a joke. I don't know what's going on, because they look like 5 kilo plates, which wouldn't make that 200 kilos. But I don't know. I just don't know. Like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So that'd be 50 kilos. But a 50 kilo bench press isn't that impressive. Certainly not for Juji.
But
So
I think he's saying they're 10 kilo plates.
They must be 10 kilo plates. So they're 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So yeah, if they're like not, if there's some kind of pound variation. I don't doubt Judy. I don't think Judy would be someone.
Yeah.
Because he's saying fake plates, fake tan, fake gravity, fake natty, fake mat, fake gymnastics rings. I don't like 204 kilo dip. That's insane. And it's so clean as well.
What I'm harkening back to here is, remember Liu Zhaojun with the really heavy dips from
What was he doing them with? They were like 75 kilos.
75 kilos?
Oh shit, yeah, there's no reason. Yeah, of course.
So that's, but not on gymnastics rings.
How much stimulants do you think?
All of them.
Juji
All
takes
the stimulants.
all the time.
All of them, all of the time.
Juji is incredible.
Yeah. He is in some shape.
It's incredible. I love the shape he's in.
He's also maintained being in that good a shape for the last 10 years.
Well, no, he's gotten in better shape because he's been bodybuilding a lot.
Yeah. It's insane.
Now, on to things that are not kind of making sense. Everything's gone crazy in this week's news show. But we have 234 kilo single leg Bulgarian split squats, whatever you want to call them, on that roller from our man Luke Warning.
It's too heavy in my head. It doesn't make sense.
I'm just confused as how he trained for that. Like, what point was he like, this is getting too real now?
How did that happen and he didn't break?
Yeah.
How did his hip transfer the force coming from the front leg through the force coming from the back leg, put it into his spine and hold that weight up?
He's saying, is it a world record? And I'd have to imagine it's certainly the new show world record.
Yeah. Because
we've seen 190 kilos. We've seen Robert Forstman doing 200 kilo split squats, which I think was the heaviest we saw. Some dumbass in the comments is like, not world record. I've seen 6 plates for 3, but damn, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, did your dad do that?
Just shut the fuck up. Like, honestly, shut the fuck up.
Oh my God.
I'm being so for real with you. I do not remember and I can't find them. I'm so sorry, but his quads are massive. That was not, shut the fuck up. Just, it sounds like fake news.
Yeah.
There's just...
This is insane.
Yeah.
This, I can't... If for everybody watching this, next time you go to the gym, do a 60 kilo Bulgarian split squat.
No, try 100. Just
try 100 and kill yourself.
100's heavy enough where you go, oh, this is pretty heavy. I know how you could train for this, and I can imagine myself doing this, but still. But I just don't like, this is...
Yet again, it's a thrower doing crazy things and making a fool of weights.
They're always at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always out here just doing things away there in their dirty gyms with their random plates and metal stuff. They don't know.
Just make all the strength athletes feel bad.
Yeah.
It is the old axiom of, like, no matter what you do in weightlifting, there's a Chinese female athlete who's never competed internationally warming up with your max. No matter what you do in strength sports around the world, there is a thrower making a fool out of you.
Now, speaking of people making fools of each other, the jiu-jitsu drama has continued unabated and has escalated. So you may not remember. I'll just go over it super quick. Nicky Rod essentially called out Gordon Ryan, saying he's only good because he's basically on steroids. He's not athletic. Craig Jones was also involved in that. Nicky Rod then was saying that he was natty. Gordon Ryan was saying that Craig... Let's start this again. So, in Jiu-Jitsu world, the drama is continuing unabated. So, we've got Gordon Ryan, Nicky Rod, Craig Jones, Felipe Pena, all mixed up into one big just assortment. Soap opera. So essentially, Nicky Rod said that Gordon Ryan was only good because he's taking steroids and he's not that athletic. Nicky Rod said that he was natural and he's the natty king. Gordon Ryan disputed this fact and said that he does not think Nicky Rod is in fact natural. Nicky Rod has made this claim a few times. Gordon Ryan essentially is saying that he's going to get him drug tests and he's going to pay for a drug test. More Plates, More Dates stepped in with our boy Zach Talander, and they went and got a blood test and a urine test for Nicky Rod the day after it was suggested to him, and he did it no problem. That drug test video hasn't come out yet, or well, it's not really a drug test video, it's more a blood and urine analysis, which isn't the same as a drug testing, but we'll see what comes out of it. Maybe it was sent off for some drug testing analysis. In the meantime, Gordon Ryan was supposed to fight Felipe Pena at the recent match just this past weekend gone. During that time, when Gordon was talking a lot of smack, both against Felipe and Nicky Rod, Gordon had to pull out because of some ongoing stomach issues or gastrointestinal issues. Now, of course, he got a lot of flack for this, for pulling out a couple of days before the fight. Who steps in? None other than Nicky Rod.
Natty Rod.
Natty Rod, the Natty King, goes and fights Felipe Pena. Felipe Pena loses the fight, even though a lot of people think Nicky Rod probably should have won, but that's up for debate, and the judges say who won. That's kind of how the fight goes. And now we're left with this incredible soap opera drama that is jiu-jitsu, and it's crazy.
If someone was a conspiracy theorist and was pulling the strings and directing it all, they have made jiu-jitsu into a great little WWE soap opera, which it wasn't ever before.
No, it's certainly not in the gi.
No. This amount of drama really hasn't existed before, but I'm all here. I'm all here for it. I enjoy it.
It's so entertaining. Craig Jones is some of the funniest people I've seen online in a while, and they've been holding back no shots. It's so interesting, like what's going to happen. When will Gordon fight again? Will he fight Nicky? Will he fight Felipe? What's going to happen with the results of Nicky Rod's blood testing? You know, was Gordon... Some people are trying to say that Gordon Ryan was afraid of fighting Felipe. They're trying to say a whole host of different things. No one really can say what's going on. A lot of it is just depending on what angle you look at this from. It's out of control in terms of soap opera. It's so fucking entertaining that I was on a tear last weekend.
I feel like there's a lot of people who've never done jiu-jitsu or never had an interest in jiu-jitsu are currently invested in this.
Oh, you should be, because it's so interesting. It's such a chronicle of drama, and I hope they make a lot of money off it for their sake.
So thanks again to everyone who's tuned in this week. Thanks so much for everyone who's sent us stories on Instagram, on TikTok, sent us stuff via email even. Keep tagging us in the comments. Keep sending them over to us, and we really do appreciate it.